Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Instagram TV. Today's message I would like to keep brief, and I want to speak directly to those who are feeling overwhelmed, maybe a little bit guilty, maybe a little bit, stressed or panicky around this call to rise up, to step up, to lead, to do the damn thing, to be a part of the great change and the great, dismantling of the old paradigm and stepping into the new world. And here's the thing, if you've been following me for a minute, you know I've been preaching on this. I'm like, listen guys, we've been preparing for this. This is what the work has been for, as we've been doing our own healing work for many years now. Those of us who are healers and coaches and teachers and counselors and truth workers, we've been doing our work and doing the work in learning and growing so that we can hold safe space for other people. This is our time to be loud, to be visible, to show up, and to be that beacon of safety and hope and faith and light for those who can't even fathom it, who are so deep in fear right now and panic and chaos around the coronavirus, and who are feeling like the world is ending, we're in doomsday, we're in the apocalypse, right? Or things are spinning out of control. It's our job and our responsibility as people with great privilege. If you're watching this right now, you have an iPhone or you have an Android. We have privilege, right? We have something that maybe other people don't have, and it's our responsibility to show up and to be there for other people, to lead, right? Rachel Maddox says it, and one of my mentors, Madison, shared it with me. She says, when we have bigger blessings, we have a bigger burden, just naturally, because we have that great privilege and we need to be generous. We need to be holding space. We need to be supporting. And also, I want to speak to those who feel overwhelmed and almost kind of burdened by that exact call, right? Because some of us are feeling it. I said it on a mastermind call with some of my sisters this morning. I feel this deep call right now to like rally my troops and to go at it and be like, you have power, you have, strength, you have gifts, you can share that, you can have financial freedom, you can have whatever you want. Like, let's do the damn thing, right? Like, I am so in that right now. 222, I love it. So I had this whole, and I'm preaching that everywhere. And also, there are some of you that feel overwhelmed by that of like, I don't have the energy, or I've been conditioned my entire life to save the world, and fuck, like, I gotta slow down for a second. Like, I don't want to show up on live video right now, or I don't want to launch something right now, or I don't have the capacity to hold space for someone because I'm just trying to hold space for myself. And to that I say, I honor you. I honor you for using discernment and having integrity to show up in your own way. And we were talking about this on Mastermind call this morning, where there's this natural rhythm of earth. There's this ping pong of sorts where if I'm rallying right now, and I'm getting like sweaty as I'm saying this, I'm going to have to slow down at some point. There is going to be a moment of great pause for me to recharge and to rebuild my capacity. That's the natural ebb and flow of life. I happen to be like in ovulation phase right now, kind of luteal, going into my menstrual cycle. So I have energy. But when I'm bleeding in a week or two, I'm going to need a pause, right? There's going to be a time where there might be a month where I'm like, fuck, I got to pull back. I have nothing to give. And I want to honor that for you as well. That's the natural rhythm of life. And fighting and showing up for the collective and doing this work doesn't always have to be visible. It doesn't always have to be output. Sometimes your way to serve the collective is just simply serving yourself. It's simply pulling back and pausing and resting because your discernment, your soul is saying, we don't have anything extra right now. We need to fill back up. And you know what this beautiful ebb and flow is going to do, this natural ping pong, is that those of us who are rallying right now when we need to rest, I can almost guarantee that you're going to feel ready at that point to rally. And then I'm going to get to rest. And then and here's the thing, it's going to be like this forever, right? Especially as women, we have a natural cycle anyway. We're going to do this. And the collective means that we're doing this for each other. We're doing this as one. It's not that those of us who are visible and those of us who are launching and those of us who are doing the damn thing and being very vocal and being very outward are better or more. You're enough just because you are, right? We're doing this together. We are one. There is no division or separation here. So will you honor what your body is asking for and allow yourself the slowdown and allow this natural rhythm? Trusting your body, knowing your enoughness, knowing your wholeness, that you don't have to prove that. You don't have to earn that. You don't have to be productive in order to have a place here. You have a place simply because you have a heartbeat. And even more so than that, the freaking grass doesn't have a heartbeat, and the grass is just as good and enough as we are. We are all one. We are all an aspect of God in a body. And if your body's asking you to slow down, or maybe you're saying, you know what, like I really want to serve, but I got to serve me first, please do that. That is your first piece, because that is a ripple effect. You taking care of you allows you to be a good mom to your kids, allows you to be a good wife to your partner, allows you to be a good teacher to your students, to be a good citizen of society. If you're running on empty and you're burnt the fuck out, you can't do what you need to do. So sometimes it is just saying, you know what? I feel like this calling to serve, but I think the way that looks right now is just doing what I need to do for enjoyment, for joy, for fun, for play, for pleasure, for aliveness. Knowing that then is like your aura ripple effects out, and we feel it, and we thank you, and you are enough. So yes, to those of you who feel fucking ready to rally, let's rally hard. Let's do it. If you need support in that, please reach out to me. I am here to help you see your spiritual gifts, to help you harness those, to help you step into your power and your truth and your knowing and your wholeness, to know yourself, to trust yourself beyond anything, to be fully fucking expressed so that the world can experience you all the way on. Let's fucking go. Let's do the damn thing. Anthropos, my 9-month mastermind, starts this coming weekend. So we've got 1 week out. We've got 4 spots left when I'm recording this right now. Let's do this. Let's go all in. And for those of you who are not ready for that, have other ways to work with me as well. So reach out to me. Let me know how I can support you. And to those of you who are like, you know what? I just need to take a beat. Please take a beat. Rest. We see you. We honor you. We love you. And you are just enough as you are. Move that guilt out, move that overwhelm out, move that, pressure out and that burden out, and just tune in, right? One hand on your heart, one hand on your womb space. How do I feel called to show up right now? What is it that I need? How am I being of service? And if that's simply undoing the conditioning that's telling you to self-sacrifice and self-betray and self-abandon, do that work. And just take care of you. I've got it. We've got it. And we're going to need you to step up when we need to rest. So honor that. Don't just succumb to the pressure and the overwhelm and the burden of it, but tune into when your body is calling you to it. It looks different for all of us. And it doesn't always look like a coach or a healer or a teacher. It might be someone who cooks, someone who bakes, someone who sings, someone who gardens, someone who creates. There's a million different ways that we are creating a ripple effect. Just as like in human design, we have projectors, generators, manifesting generators, reflectors, and manifestors. We're not all the same. We all show up and serve and operate and utilize our energy and express our energy in a different way. And when we work together in that, we're operating as a whole society. When those of us who feel called to do X, Y, Z come in versus all trying to be the same, that's when we operate as a whole society. So honor you. And if you don't know how to listen to your body, message me. I've got a great podcast episode for you that I've done before, but that's the calling here. Tune in. Mute or unfollow or turn off all of the noise and come back into yourself and your center and feel into, what does service look like for me when I'm honoring me? And that's it. So I think that, I'm looking at my notes here, I think that that's everything. Honor the flow. Honor the natural rhythm. Madison said it beautifully this morning. She said, just as some of us bleed with the full moon and some of us bleed with the new moon, right? And in that time, back in the day, they would send off those who were bleeding to a tent, the red tent, and they would play and they would have pleasure and they would just be and they would rest and they would pull back and they would be in deep connection and intimacy with others who are bleeding. And then they would come back to society, and those who bleed at the new moon would go out, and they had this natural rhythm where the rest of them would step up and be more or do more so that the others can rest, and then they would trade places so that we were constantly full. That's what I want us to do here. Honor yourself. You honoring you is exactly what you've got to do to heal right now. Not only for yourself, but for the greater good of all, okay? So I love, that's one of my favorite mantras. It's, what's for the highest good of me is for the highest good of all. What do I need today? How do I feel called to show up? Sometimes it's a live video. Sometimes it's creating a program. Sometimes it's getting on a client call. Other times it's having sex. Other times it's taking a bath. Other times it's sleeping in for an extra 2 hours. And it's all worthy and it's all enough. It's just, what do you need right now? So I love you guys. We're in this together. You are not alone. Lean into your support right now. Do not, separate yourself or create further division. We're coming together. What do you need? 11:11. Perfect. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.